Hello, fifth grade, and welcome to the first week of February, week 25 of distance learning. This is our very first math lesson this week, and today we're going to be looking at how to add zeros to the dividend. This is going to correlate with 5.6 class activity. So please find that worksheet, very first page of your math packet. It says 5.6 class activity at the top. Add zeros to the dividend. Now the very first thing we're going to do is I found this really cool anchor chart to help us remember what the vocabulary is for all of this division. Remember, I've got my division bar. The dividend is in the den, right? A den is another word for like a living room. So the dividend is in the den. The divisor is under the visor, okay? He's outside. The visor is like your covered porch. The divisor is under the visor. The quotient is the queen in the attic. Quotient queen in the attic, so the quotient's at top, all right? And of course, there's a few other ways that we can show division. One of them is just a fraction bar. 24 over 6, we could say 24 divided by 6, where the dividend is 24, divisor is 6, and the quotient is 4. Or, of course, we've got this good old way that you're used to seeing. 24 divided by 6 equals 4. 24 is a dividend, 6 is a divisor, and 4 is the quotient. So remember, dividend in the den. It is inside the box. Well, today we're going to talk about how to add zeros to the dividend and why we might have to do that. All right, so let's take a look. When I add zeros at the end of a number after the decimal point, it actually doesn't change the value of the number. You can kind of think of it like money. If I have $1 and I add 0 cents, does that change the value? No. Okay, now this idea can help us solve some division problems. Let's read this word problem together. Read it with me. 8 friends bought movie tickets. The total cost for the tickets was $78. How much did each friend pay? All right, now remember, the first step in solving any division problem is identify the numbers. So, what are my numbers? 78. Awesome. Do you see another number hidden inside there? Very good. 8 is the first number. All right, now let's set up our division bar. 8 friends are dividing the cost. The cost is $78. That makes 78 my dividend. And that makes 8 my divisor. All right, now what we're going to do is I'm just going to divide it out. Let's change color and divide together. Can 8 fit inside of 7? No, it can't. Can 8 fit inside of 78? Yes. Remember, if you're having trouble seeing how many times 8 can fit into 78, check your multiplication chart. Look at your multiplication chart and go to the 8 and go down until you see 78. Do you see 78? No, but I do see 72 and 80. I know division has to be smaller. So which one's smaller than 78? 72 or 80? 72 is. All right, what row is 72 in? 9. Very good. So 8 times 9 is 78. So let's put 9 up here. And remember our little chant we learned last week? I divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. So I divided, got 9. Multiply, 8 times 9 is 72. What's the next step? Say it with me. Divide, multiply, subtract. Good. What's 78 subtract 72? 6. All right, very good. Now, if we were looking at this last week, we would say, oh, well, you've got 9, remainder 6. But what that means is this. The friends dividing the cost for movie tickets, Means we know each friend is going to have to pay $9, but then there's still $6 of the total. So what would be fair? Should one of the friends just pay the extra $6? Well, maybe that would be nice, but that really wouldn't be fair. Should the movie theater just not charge you? No, they're not going to do that. So here's how we figure out. We have to divide those $6 into cents. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a decimal point. Whenever we're talking about money, the decimal point goes right after the whole number. Let me make it a little bit bigger so you can see it nice and big. There's the decimal point. All right. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a 0 to the end. I'm also going to add a decimal point to my quotient. All right. Now, remember, what's our chant? Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. Bring down that 0. Okay, now I have 60. Now I can keep dividing. Well, what's 8 into 60? Remember, double check your multiplication chart. Do you see 8 into 60? Ooh, I see that 8 times 7 equals 56. Let's go with that. So 7 times 8 is 56. Let's subtract it out. Divide, multiply, subtract. What is 60 subtract 56? It's 4. Very good. All right, so there's still 4 cents left over. What should I do? I'm sorry, 4D cents, since we're in the tens place. I'm going to add another 0. And I'm going to extend my multiplication bar. Drop down that extra 0. Does 8 fit inside of 40? Let's double check our tens chart. Yeah, 8 fits inside of 40 5 times equally. That means I have completely equaled out the 40. Okay, now what did I get? I have 9.75. Well, how am I going to answer that? Let me get my eraser and erase this math down here so we have room to write our answer. Remember, when you're working on this in your worksheet, that's why I give you all that lined paper so you don't have to erase. Okay, well, what should my answer be? 9.75. $9.75. Good. And even though we say dollars after I say the 9, I actually put the dollar sign in front of the 9. So how much is each friend going to pay? $9.75. By adding zeros to the dividend, we were able to properly divide the cost of the total tickets among the 8 friends. Awesome. Now I want you to put that into practice today. You notice that on your worksheet there's a line in the middle, and then at the bottom, 1 through 5. You only got 5 problems to do today. And number 1 is already most of the way worked out for you on the sign. All right? Add zeros to the dividend to get a complete answer. That means no remainders today. All right, good luck.